We may have spent half an hour, over half an hour yesterday, talking about who's better between Beale and Philip Clement. But the fact of the matter is this: Kris Boyd's come out and gave his opinion. That's what we're going to give here. But before we even get into Kris Boyd's opinion, someone commented yesterday. I can't even remember who it was. I was too busy arguing with him. They said this is like two baldies arguing over a comb, aka pointless. It is, and that's what I was trying to get across. Son of Scotland 90 was trying to get across the fact that Beale had done better in the league. But what did it amount to? Well, no, seriously, what did it amount? You know what I mean? Yeah, Beale did better in the league. He went up against a harder Celtic team, in my personal opinion, than what Clement did last season. But what about when Beale had to go up against Rodgers? His arse folded. Clement has won a trophy. That's one more trophy than Michael Beale has won, and that's why I'm simply putting Clement above Beale as a Rangers fan right now. And who's the overall better manager? I mean, Clement has won league titles elsewhere. Michael Beale has been a joke elsewhere. But are Rangers worse a year on than what we were last season at this point? Yeah. And that is damning. Well, obviously, this a year ago, last year, Clement was in the job, but it's just a joke. And I don't know where Rangers go for here, but I don't think arguing over who's worse between Philip Clement and Michael Beale is really the way to... I mean, it's like arguing, would you rather shite yourself or be sick all day? Projectile vomit. I mean, both aren't ideal. You know what I mean? But Kris Boyd was talking on the Go Ballistic on Sunsport's YouTube channel. He was asked if Rangers were better or worse on a year for Clement taking charge. He said, worse. There's no getting away from it. I don't know where Philip Clement goes from here. I'm not saying all the fans have turned, but it's getting to that stage now. There's something just not working at Rangers. It's a million miles from where it needs to be. He was able to kick the can down the street in the summer. He said they had to get new players in and get them up to speed. I just don't see it. The Kelly performance is as poor as I've seen in a long, long time. Clement tried to predict the future in terms of we'll be 200% better come October. I don't really see that. For me, it's getting to the worrying stage. The next couple of weeks is going to be massive. You've got a European game on Thursday. You've got a home game against St Mirren. Rangers have got absolutely no chance of getting anywhere near Celtic this season. I could be left with egg on my face. I've absolutely said no chance Aberdeen finish second. I still believe they don't, but looking at it right now, at least they're a team that's together. They're a team that's fighting. They're a team that's fighting for their manager. There's so many problems at Rangers right now. It'll be interesting to see what the attendance is against FCSB on Thursday. Rangers have now got 7 games in 21 days. It's a big period for them, and it's a big period for Philip Clement. End of quote. So, I tell you what, it is. It's not working. He's not going to last these 21 days. I'll admit, I've chopped and changed my opinion about Clement, not in terms of he needs to go, because he does need to go. Obviously, don't even need to state that. But part of me thinks he will last till like the end of the season, just due to the fact that the Rangers board aren't going to sack him. Part of me thinks, there's no way he'll last if we lose another game in the league. But when is he going? If we lose to Aberdeen, that has to be it. That has to be the nail in the coffin. And I mean, I guess it goes likewise if you lose against St Mirren. He's not going to get sacked if we get beat 3-0 by Stad. Well, I think it depends. I think if Stade Bucharest put us to the sword and scud at us like 4-0, I think he'd have to go, because that's not acceptable either. They're not a European juggernaut. They're not even a good European team. They're mediocre the way we're becoming. It is what it is. And I think just the biggest problem at Rangers, Tony Soprano once said, right? Tony Soprano, remember when is the lowest form of conversation. And I feel like all the good stuff, I don't feel like, I know, all the good stuff with Rangers is a remember when job. Oh, remember when Gerrard won the league? Oh, remember when we won 3 league titles back to back in 09, 10, 11? Remember the Europa League final of 2022? Remember the UEFA Cup final of 2008? Remember 9 in a row across the 80s and 90s? Remember this, remember that? there's nothing currently to get your hopes up about. And yeah, I think when I'm quoting Tony Soprano to sum up Rangers at the minute, you know there's a big problem at hand, man. That we are worse. It's tragic. We've regressed, and even if you think we're not worse, we are damn not better. I mean, compare the stats between the opening game of the season for Beale against Kelly and that game. You know what? I'm not even going to defend Michael Beale that much, but at least with Beale, you can argue first game of the season he was bedding in like 6, 7, 8 players. Rugby Park's always a tough place to go. Clement turned around and said that come October, November, you're going to see the real Rangers, and that actually gets me to grit my teeth because the real Rangers. I'm sick of this. I just want to see. I want to see the real Rangers. I don't want to hear the real Rangers. If you get me, if you catch my drift, I don't want any bullshit for any board member, any pundit, any manager, any player. I want to see this team perform like the real Rangers and let me fucking judge it for myself instead of all these wasters, wallopers, jabronis. I'm done. I'm defeated, man. I fucking am. I don't know what to say. But it's tragic. Anyway, that's where we're going to leave this. There will be an Aberdeen career mode part on the channel later. It should have been up earlier, but here, I'm not the guy that uploads the Aberdeen career mode, so if you want to voice your displeasure at where the hell is the latest episode, it's on a Scotland 90. Want your call, want your phone call, big man. And for the rest of the vids, I might do a live stream later on this channel, but I'll definitely do a live stream on my channel. As for Kris Boyd, we put a poll up last night in one of the vids we did, who was better between Beale and Clement, and Beale won it. But, I honestly, I don't care who you think's better, but I think there is a lot more overhyping Beale than there are Clement. It's like recency bias. That's what it is. You know what I mean? You live in the here and now. Well, you should live in the here and now. And I understand why people are just automatically thinking Clement shite and worse than Beale because that's what's happening right now. But, let's not kid ourselves, guys. See that wee period in September last year, and even before in August with Beale, get losing to Kelly, losing to Celtic, losing to PSV, getting absolutely scants pulled down against Aberdeen. Even the Real Betis game, same we won 1-0, man. It was really poor. But it is what it is. And that's where we're going to leave this video. But leave it down below. Who do you think's better, Michael Beale or Clement? But as the comment said, I think it was Smell the Glove. Maybe I got that comment wrong, but I think it was you, Smell the Glove. You said this is like two baldies arguing over a comb. And I couldn't agree more, man. It's pathetic. Don't even know why we spent so... He was getting so passionate about it for a Jambo Don. Doesn't make any sense.